Good evening, everybody. I hope everybody's well. It's 9 o'clock, the 7th of August. It's Friday, and we got a bit of a strange Friday night special tonight. Not quite what I would normally be doing, but we had a sort of a half-hearted sort of can we do a kart session last night in the chat. So I thought I would reach out with the PSR racers and do you want to do a kart night? To karts all night long. The vote was completely split, as I thought it might be. So what I decided to do was to completely split the racing this evening. So at the moment, we've got William and JB in the YouTube chat. Good evening to both of you. And we've got College of Tom, myself, David, Rita, and Number One Pops in the lobby at the moment. Good evening to all of you too. While I'm talking, let me put you on spectate with somebody. Is anybody out on track? As I do that, nobody's out on track. That's a little bit annoying. Anyway, I'll keep waiting and seeing if we do get somebody on there. Or what I might actually do is I'm not going to be very quick, but I'll go to track rather than just sitting around waiting. So I thought what I'd do is I'd do 3 kart races, 2 on short tracks. So we're doing Miyabi to start off with, and then after that we're heading off to Eiger, because Eiger in the karts is always a bit of fun. And then I'm going to do a race that a lot of people have asked me to do and I've always shied away from, and I'm not sure that I've ever done it. Somebody will correct me if I'm wrong, and I have done it. If I have, I don't remember. But we're heading off to the Nordschleife, and not the 24-hour one with the Grand Prix circuit, but just the normal straightforward Nordschleife, just single lap around there in the karts again. And then after that I thought we'll do some of my favourite tracks and some real classics in the group cars. So I'm going to start off with the Group 4s at Mount Panorama that I absolutely adore. Then we're going to go Group 2s at Spa, I think I chose, and then finishing off with Group 3s at Spa, and then finishing up with Group 2s at Le Mans. Now that was the plan this morning. However, I've had one heck of a week this week, both work, and we've been doing some decorating, and also with the back into the championship races, preparing for those and running those on Wednesday, which completely whomped me. I was completely shattered after that. We've also got Marley, my daughter's dog, over today, and I took him over the fields and lost him, which was another story. I'm not going to get into that one, but I was out for a lot longer than I had expected, and all was good, perfectly safe, no problems. Just he was one side of a hedge with a wire fence, and I was the other side, and I was trying to find a way of getting him back, the way that dogs are. So I got back, hour to sit down with Joe and just spend some quality time together. The next thing I know, my alarm's going off on my phone to come and get ready for the stream at 8 o'clock, and Joe's out in the garden pottering around. I'd fallen asleep. So I am cream crackered. So what I'm going to do tonight is I'm going to race this one. I will probably then commentate the next 2 races, and then I'll do Mount Panorama and probably commentate the last 2 races tonight. But of course a lot of that will depend on how I'm feeling as we go through the night, the number of races we've got, etc, etc. I've left it as a private lobby tonight. If obviously we only get a handful of people in, then I will be changing it up for a public lobby. But I'm really hoping, especially as I just want a nice chilled, friendly, fun Friday night, I'm hoping not to go public tonight, if at all possible. So there we go, that is where we're at. Number One Pops is in the chat. Good evening, I'm here for the evening, let's have some fun. Absolutely. And tell you what, it's hard to read the chat whilst you're going around here, and I need to let people know when we're going to be starting, so let me just exit out of there. David is in. Good evening, David. If she doesn't know you lost him, now she does. Well, it's actually quite funny, because when we got back, Marley curled up next to me on the chair, and he was out like a light as well. And when I woke up, he was still asleep. So I took a photograph of him, and I've sent it to my daughter with the full story. So yeah, it's all good fun. It was perfectly safe. It was just that this big hawthorn hedge down this farmer's field, which is about 300 yards long, and somehow he'd gone through the hedge. He'd somehow must have found a hole somewhere and gone through this wire fence with this bit of barbed wire across the top. And then, of course, I clambered through the hedge where he had gone through, leaving my dog in the other farmer's field, and he's sitting there looking at me, wondering what on earth I'm doing. I then couldn't get Marley over the wire fence, and I was a bit worried that if I got him to jump, that he might catch himself on the, on the wire. So I ended up running, and this was about, I don't know, half past 6 o'clock, something like that. Can't remember exactly when it was. And probably been about 6 o'clock, I guess. And it was still quite warm, so I'm running the length of this field. I managed to get Marley out, and Coda, my lab, is just sitting at the side of this field, just watching me running up and down, trying to find Marley. And I'm calling for Marley, and he's just sitting there looking at me, thinking, what on earth is this idiot doing? Finally got Marley back, and then he's not left my side since. He's downstairs at the moment because my door's shut, but he's not. Didn't leave my side the whole of the rest of the walk back, and yeah, I think it frightened him a little bit. But it's all good. He's got a tracker on him and stuff like that, so it's not the end of the world. Good evening, Tom. Good evening, my friend. Thank you for popping and saying hello. Yeah, so like I said, I woke up at 8 o'clock, literally about a minute or so before my alarm went off, and then my alarm went to come up here and get the stream sorted out and get myself sorted and yada yada yada. And here we find ourselves now, sitting here watching Rita going around in the cart. And yeah, so we're doing the Karts at Miyabi, 10 laps, Eiger Nordwand, 10 laps in the Karts, 1 lap around the Nordschleife, and then we're doing 6 in the GR4s around Panorama, 6 laps in the GR3s around Francorchamps, and then 4 laps in the GR2s around Le Mans. Hopefully that will take us up to around about 11 o'clock. I haven't worked this one out, so I'm guessing, and then I will probably be calling it a day around that time, because I'm heading out early tomorrow. I'm up early to take the dogs out, and then I'm off down to my other daughter's tomorrow to help to build a wall in their garden. And then Sunday up early to do decorating, to catch up on the decorating. So we're trying to do the hallway, and I've got to do the really tall bit above the stairs. It's really hard to get to. Right, we are going to be going racing in just under 2 minutes. David says, family had a hamster when we were kids. It was missing a few days. Had gotten inside the cavity wall. We used to have one that we used to call Houdini, because we had a rotor stack cage for it, and it learnt to push the top off and he would escape. And yeah, the same, we used to have him in the walls and oh yeah, all over the place. Used to lose him for days on end. Right, who have we got? Only 6. That's a bit bad for a Friday, but there we go. College Tom, me, David, Rita, number 1, and Taron. Those are your runners this evening. Was somewhat hoping for a few more, because obviously if I'm going to be doing some commentary, then potentially that only leaves 5 runners. So I might have to rethink this one. I might end up racing a little bit more than I wanted to tonight, but we will see. We'll have to see how we go. Right, just under a minute to go. It is still pretty warm here in the UK and other places around Europe. So if you haven't, please make sure that you've got a good cold drink with you, and please stay hydrated this evening. I'm certainly going to. I've got my fan off at the moment. I'm in my shorts, and I'll tell you what, the fan is going to be going on in a minute. I have no doubt. Number 1 is going to he thinks more will join after the Karts. I'm hoping. I am hoping so. We will see. That is the beauty of the Discord and announcing what we're going to be doing mid-morning, because people get in the habit around lunchtime of going on, seeing what they're doing, and then they've got the afternoon to think, oh, I fancy doing that, or I don't fancy that, and that would be a good race, or that would be a bad one. And yeah, it does enable people to pick and choose what they want to do, and that is the nature of the lobbies that I do. Some people often ask me, why I don't do endurance races and points paying league races and stuff. There are a lot of people out there that do that. Hulky Racing and Rita at TCSRL. Rita's racing in this one. Both very, very, very good hosters of league racing. For me, I just like the jump in, jump out, short, sharp races in all different cars with all different tyres, really mixing it up. And I just love that variety and giving the people the opportunity after a hard day's work to just jump in and just come and enjoy themselves and relax a little bit. So yeah, I've got my little niche, that is it. And for those of you wondering if I'm ever going to do anything different, no, I won't, because if I do want to do any championship racing, then I've got some very, very, very good associates that I can go and race with. And Wednesday was, whoa, on the curb there, Wednesday was one of those examples where we were out with the British touring cars in Hulky's championship, and we had a great Wednesday, really good. It did take an awful lot out of me, but it was great fun. And that gentleman in front of me here, number one Pops, is my nearest rival. I'm waiting for the new results to come out, but he and I are locked in a battle at the moment. I think Hulky is right there as well, but I'm hoping that I have pulled out a little bit of a gap to number one and Hulky at the moment after Wednesday's races, because I'm at the Nürburgring, or we are at the Nürburgring on Wednesday this week, and it's a track that I always struggle at, and I have a funny feeling that Hulky and number one are going to come back and take some good points off of me. Then we're off to Brands Hatch for the final, which I like, but again, Brands is one of those racetracks where you can either have a great race and everything's hunky-dory and you can get out front and run away, or you can get caught in the pack and struggle to overtake, and then you're obviously, at the mercy of everybody around you and stuff like that. So yeah, it will be interesting to see how this one's going to pan out. I'm hoping the number one has a great run next Wednesday and closes that gap, because it will make things very, very interesting, as I say. And already in this race you can see that number one is showing he is the more superior racer. And I feel in the BTCC this some of the races that I've had a lot of the luck has gone my way, which is unusual. I don't often say that. I do feel that our number one Pops has not had the run of luck at the moment. Often, like I do, wrong place, wrong time, as you can see. I mean, it's got some real skills, and I am, I love watching Pops racing. He's a great racer, and yeah, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. 2 races to go in that one. And it was interesting, Ollie wasn't racing last week, and I think that Hulky is treating every single race as points. So with TCSRL, when they're doing their leagues, very often Rita will work it so that 1 or 2 of the weeks don't count. So your worst 1 or 2 races don't count towards the points. So if you do need to take some time away to, I don't know, go on a parents' evening at school, or join the lads down the pub for a special event, or maybe you're out on an anniversary or birthday or whatever, then it means that you can take that time out without it majorly impacting on your league. Now, of course, that could be a week where it's one of your best races. Nothing you can do about that. I've been very fortunate with Hulky because we've had a long break over the summer, much longer than was expected, owing to a number of reasons. So whereas I thought that there were going to be 2 races I was not going to be able to do, I've actually had the opportunity to do those. And one of those was the Red Bull Ring. where we had an absolutely brilliant time. And while I'm jibber-jabbering, I hadn't realised that Tom has caught up with me, and he is right on my back bumper with number one racing away out the front. So I think I've dropped it now. I think I was in a spot of bother and was going a bit slower while I was talking there, but there we go. I did say to Rita that I would be rubbish in the karts. Well, there you go, my friend. He's just 3.5 seconds behind me at the moment and catching, and we've got 3 laps to run. Let's see if we can catch up. No, don't go. No. Keep it. No, go the right. We're going round and round and round in circles. Oh. There you go. We're last. We're last, as expected. As expected. And, well, we number one pops out front. And we've got the yellow flag up for some reason. Not quite sure why. But, let's get around here. So number one pops out front. Tom second. Rita's in third now. David's in fourth. Whoa, Taron. Oh, Taron's having a bit of a nightmare. Taron, if you're listening and you're not used to the karts, very, 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 very small inputs on the steering. I mean, like millimeters, where you would normally move the steering quite a lot. Tiny little inputs if you're not used to karts. I used to spin all the time. I just did it just then because I put too much steering input in, but it's like even going around this corner, I've got next to no steering input on the thing. This one is a little bit tighter, but you're going slower. But when you're going quick around some of these corners, next to nothing. Whoa! We're going around again. Everyone's gone through. We're last again. Ah! I am going to get lapped by number one if I'm not careful. I do not want to get lapped. I really do not want to get lapped. So I'm going to go quiet for the last lap. Let's see if I can bring this home. It's really weird. I have to concentrate far more in the karts than I do in like a lot of the other, like the GR cars. And I find it very, very hard to stream and race in the karts. Very, very hard indeed. Hey, 10 Racing, good evening. How you doing, my friend? You should be all set up as a registered racer now. You should have your name in green in the Discord, and you should be able to get to the lobby code, etc, etc. So it'd be great to see you on track again in a little while. And make sure I don't get caught out. Wheels has just joined. I thought that was there at the end of the lap. Please don't tell me I'm a lap behind already. Where's the start finish straight? There it is. Oh, woeful 30 seconds off of the leaders. There you go. There you go. Rita, you said you couldn't race the karts and then you come in with a podium. I think she's what's the word when people are out there hustling? I think she's hustling me. Hustling, not hassling. That's when you hassle somebody and cause them grief. Hustling. Sure, it's hustling is the word I'm looking for. I think we got a hustler in the room, my friends. And number one Pop's definitely leading the way there. I thought I was going to try and stay, but not even close. JB was going nicely there for about 6 laps, yep, and then the talent ran out. That's about... There is a reason why I normally do 6-lap races, my friend. There's normally a reason why I stick to 6-lap races, and you've just nailed it on the head. You've only been around 2 minutes and you know me already. That's sad, isn't it? Your winner, Colin de Tom, with a 44.034. Number one, Pops. Oh, so Colin de Tom won that one. Oh, well done, Tom. I thought Pops had won it. But Pops came in second with a 43.817 and the fastest lap. 3.5 seconds off the back of Tom. Rita was some 12 seconds further back, but in third with a 45.451. Third is still a podium. Doesn't matter. That's good. David, 6 seconds further back in fourth. Taron, a bit further back, about another 7 seconds, if my maths is right-ish. And then, don't even talk about me. I'm like way off the pace, half a minute behind in sixth with a couple of spins. Right, annoyingly, we've got 2 more to do. And can I just say that we've just done the easiest of the races. There's basically only one corner in that race that you need to brake for. Now this is Spinfest. This is like you are going to see Mitchell Morgan spinning more than a 45 on a record deck. And for those of you that are young and don't know what a 45 is, it's an old style vinyl record that sits on a record deck. And I'm hesitating because a 45, was that wasn't the LP, it was a single, wasn't it? The 45. Was a 45 the LP or is? Oh, that's got me now. That's got me. That has got me. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. Oh, JB says, was going nicely there for about 6 laps and he meant him. I thought you meant me because I was about the same, my friend. Oh, I was about the same. Oh, dear. Sorry, I completely misunderstood. Oh, wow. 10 Racing race karts in real life. He should be good then. He should be good. Right. Okay. I'm going to start this one fairly quickly. So this one is going to be starting at, let's actually do this one a half past. I think give eight people 8 minutes to just run around. The whole race is probably only going to be about 8 minutes, but it will give people an opportunity to just get used to it. Because as I said, we've now gone from a racetrack where you are basically, oh, forget the lines, just I'm jibber jabbering. A racetrack where you basically got one corner that you've got to brake for. Now we've got a number of corners where we've got to brake for and get round and get on the power and not do that. Well, I was about to say and not crash, and then I immediately went and crashed. Rachel, I was lucky I got the podium. The racers parted and I saw an opportunity. Oh, well, like I said, it's not how you get there, it's getting there in racing, isn't it? You can have the worst possible race and win it and you're still the winner. You can have everybody else around you jump off the track out of your way, you're still the winner. So let's see how we go in this one. So difficult, this one, because these really slow corners, you've got to get the steering right round. Yet when you get onto a fast bit like this, you're now back to just tiny little steering inputs. So you've got to be thinking all the time, what steering input do I need for these corners, as well as speed and gears and everything else. So like going up here, you're going to need very, very little steering input going up the hill. I wish you could see my steering wheel, because you'd be able to see how little, even through that corner, how little steering input I'm putting in. It's almost the kart is spinning on its own axis, really. Yeah. And it is spinning on its own axis there. But yeah, it's hard to know how much steering input to put in. around these courses. Oh, this track reminds Trigger of where Richard Hammond had his crash in the Koenigsegg. I think it was. Was it the Koenigsegg? Or is it a Rimac? Oh, I can't remember now. One of those super duper cars. Yeah, nasty crash that. Could have been a lot worse. He's very lucky. You cannot put a wheel on the dirt. Mitchell Morgan. Rimac, yeah. Couldn't remember. Quite something though, wasn't it? Going up the hill and he just shot off the corner. I don't know what he was thinking. And if I remember right, it's just as he goes off, he goes, "I've crashed." No, you haven't crashed. You're crashing. And yeah, then I think burst into flames. I think, didn't it? Or something. Oh, he was very lucky. Very, very lucky. But then Richard had some really strange accidents. I mean, he had the one in the jet car, the dragster. That was insane. But then the others have had their fair share. I remember when James May put it into the wall in the tunnel, the ice tunnel or whatever it was. Now I remember Jeremy Clarkson, when they win the trucks, he decided to do himself a gentleman's injury. That was funny. I mean, that must have really hurt, and I felt quite sorry for him, but I tell you what, I laughed my head off. I absolutely laughed my head off at that one. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that they do that you know is staged, like when the truck caught fire because they had hay in the back and an electric heater. Obvious what was going to happen, but I do think that when he shifted across the cab, and I think that genuinely, I don't think that was deliberate. Right, where are we? Oh, I do love Top Gear. Been a Top Gear fan for so many years. Number one Pops has come out with what could be the line of the night. So we're talking about the Rimac crash, and he says it was a close shave. Should have been called Imac. It was a close shave. He was very, very, very lucky. Very, very lucky. William, are you racing in this one, my friend? I don't know if he's racing this one or the next. He says he'll be in the second race. So I just need him to tick in. I'm going to say please tick in, because half the time when I do this, by the time I've done it, they've ticked in. I've actually beaten him for once. We're starting this one in a couple of minutes, and we got Wheels Race. There you go. He ticks in. He's a good lad. He's a good lad. He does what he's told. Now, William, in this one, spin at least 5 times, put it into the car park at least twice, and let the host win. Have we got that? Cool. Cool beans. Thank you. There you go. I just need Tom, David, Rita, 10 Racing, Outlaw, and Taron to all follow suit, and I might do well in this. Oh dear. I was going to sit out and commentate this one, but we haven't got a lot of people in. I really was hoping for a dozen people tonight, and then I was going to be able to sit out and just commentate a few, but I think hence the thumbnail. However, I think that I really need to be in this one to keep the numbers up. Although saying that, I'll probably keep the numbers up. I'm one of the numbers, but I'm probably likely to be last. Trigger, this is the second time we've talked about hamsters. Yeah, there's a theme coming tonight. There is, isn't it? Proper hamsters and Richard Hammond hamster. Hammy the hamster. I love it. Oh, dear. Right, let's get this one on the way. Right, let's go. Second race of the night. After this one, we're going to be at the Nordschleife. I am definitely 100% going to commentate the Nordschleife. I can't be asked to do the karts all that way around all of those corners, and I can see that it is going to be complete carnage. I really do. I really think it's going to be. I think one or two people are going to run away, and I think the rest is going to be complete carnage. Have we got an issue here? No, we're okay. We're going. We're all right. We're okay. Has JB got an error? Oh no. Okay, JB's been bumped out. I think that's possibly what that was for. JB, while we're running this one, reboot your machine and come and join us again in a minute. There's a lot of that going on at the moment. I have also noticed there's a few other people are having issues too. I noticed that LMU have had, I think it's LMU, have had to rework their endurance thing. Is it this weekend or it's coming up sometime? They were going to be doing a 6-hour race, I think, and they've now had to reduce it down because of server outages and all sorts of bits and pieces like that. So yeah, I'd like to say it's because sim racing is becoming more and more popular, but I'm actually seeing the opposite at the moment. I think there's some good games coming out and people are sort of drifting away from sim racing, but at the same time the servers seem to be getting a little bit wayward. But that's what I'm thinking. I could be totally wrong. Never believe a Mitchell Morgan. That is your lesson of the day. You should never believe a word that comes out of my mouth because I haven't got a clue. Woo! JB saying that one. So you must live close to Millbrook, then, I am assuming. I have been round the Millbrook Proving Ground. I've done the Oval, I've done the Alpine track. That was also where I went round a little rally stage they did in the car park in a Cosworth back in the day. I also frightened the living daylights out of my boss at the time because we were down there, I was down there with Subaru, and there were a whole load of manufacturers where you could go out in any of their cars, and somebody put a Land Rover off of the Alpine section, crashed it, so it was all shut down for a short while. Whoa! Oh, we're going around. There we go. We've crashed already, ladies and gentlemen, and we're into the barrier proper. Can I get out of this one before this cart comes around? Yeah, so I was in a Jaguar, and round the main bowl, they got like this big oval that's on a bank curve and stuff, where they do a lot of the high performance testing. And I probably shouldn't say this, but we were allowed to do 70 miles an hour. That was our limit. And I took this Jaguar up to around about 100 miles an hour. Maybe I shouldn't admit that. And then I said to my boss, I said, hold on a second, I'm going to try the ABS. This is back in the 80s when ABS was quite new. And I wanted to see what it would be like stopping a car at that distance. Made sure there was nothing behind. Buried the brake pedal. And oh my gosh, frightened the living daylights out of him. I think he thought he was going to go through the windscreen, but I tell you what, I absolutely learned a lot about ABS that day. The brake pedal going bang, 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 bang under my foot, and boy, oh boy, it stopped that Jaguar dead straight in the shortest possible time you can imagine. It was incredible. Really, 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 really was. But yeah, that was around there. And then I also took a Defender off the, there's like a big cliff thing that you drive off the top of. Oh my gosh, that was incredible. You go to the top of this thing and you literally go down, I don't know, 45 degree down, something like that. It's absolutely insane. As you go over the top, the guy says, right, don't touch the pedals. You're in low range or whatever you need to be in. And he said, just roll over the top, let it go, and the car will do the braking for you. All you've got to do is sit here and steer. I tell you what, that you put your life in your hands in when somebody tells you to do that. You put your life in the hands of the car. It did it. It went straight down this like cliff without a worry, and that was quite an experience too. Quite an experience, and all that was at Millbrook Proving Ground. Yeah. Getting fourth gear to go up this hill. Whoa! Yeah, nearly dropped it. Oh, you're just outside of MK. I was born in London, in Barnet. Was there for 2 years. When I was 2, we moved up to Bletchley. And I was in Milton Keynes until I got married when I was like 21. And moved out to Hartwell. And then after Hartwell, we were there for a few years. And then we moved back to Milton Keynes and spent a few years there before moving up to Rushden, and then we've moved on from there to a little bit in Northamptonshire. So it's been a lot of happy years around Milton Keynes. When I was a youngster on my bike, I used to ride the redways, and I would be riding on redways around estates that are there now that didn't exist at the time, and just watch the whole of the city grow up. I remember the day that the Black Horse was put in at the city centre, the statue, and I remember the day that the infinity sign went up outside the offices, and also another claim to fame, on more than one occasion I've got thrown out of the city centre by security guards, because when the city centre was being built and before they actually opened it, there were ways that you could get in, and it had this beautiful marble floor that was super slick, flat, polished. It was smooth is the word I wanted. And we used to take our Tamiya racing, radio control racing cars in there, and we used to race them up and down the shopping centre, which is I don't know, probably about 3/4 of a mile long, and around Middleton Hall as well. And yes, I had great fun in there with those before it obviously opened up. So, and yeah, lots of memories. Whoa, crashed again while I'm looking at the chat. Can't look at the chat and do this. So you're at Rushden the other day for the classic car show? At Rushden or over at Santa Pod? Oh no, the classic car show is by the Historical Society, isn't it? Rushden's got a historical society and they do all sorts of stuff. I remember one year they had the Lancaster Spitfire and Hurricane flew over for the Historical Society one summer, and it buzzed right over the top of our house. Amazing sight. Absolutely wonderful. In fact, we thought it was going to go over the town once, but they actually did it twice. They flew over, they then went around and they flew over the town again. So our house was buzzed twice, which was insane and brilliant. And yeah, I loved that. It was good memories. And then one of my other childhood memories is we used to play in Bletchley Park before any of us knew what Bletchley Park was. It was owned, well, it wasn't owned, I guess, but it was run by British Telecom, the post, British Telecom, postal people, whatever. They used to have telegraph poles out the back there that they used to train just the other side of the Bletchley railway station. And when I was really young, we used to get in the back there, and believe it or not, we used to play around the huts cowboys and Indians and cops and robbers and, you know, all those sorts of things that young lads get up to. And little did I know that my heroes, just a couple of decades before, 4 decades before, some more than a couple, but 4 decades before, were code breaking. And if only I'd known that at that time, wow, that would have been something else. But again, we used to get kicked out of there as well by the security guards. They were not happy when they used to find us in there playing. I tell you, we used to get into some serious bother. So yeah, I've got a lot of happy memories of Milton Keynes. Met my wife there, and my 2 daughters were born there. Number 1 Pops is good in the karts. He's out in front at the moment. Tom is 3rd, so don't rule Tom out yet. David's in 2nd. I've been reminiscing and just jibber-jabbering about my early days rather than actually racing and commentating on the race, so I apologise for that. You're probably not at all interested in what I did when I was young, but there we go. It's my stream, I'm in charge, and you'll listen to what I tell you. If you don't like it, you know what you can do. No, don't do that. Don't do that, because I really value you watching. I really appreciate it. But yeah, you've learned a little bit about me today. Whoa! I think JB was a nice neck of the woods. I'm not so sure now. It's not quite what it was. When the Milton Keynes Development Corporation were running it, oh, it was banging. It was really good. Really nice city. Unfortunately, when the council took it over, it all went to pot a little bit. It's still not a bad place to live. Whoa! Where are we? 5th. It's not too bad, is it? And the trouble is, I think I've got Rita. He's chasing me behind at the moment. She's not far off my back bumper. 3.3, 3.2, catching. Number 1 Pops looks like he might have got this one done. But I tell you what, if I'm looking at the right arrows on the mini map up there, I think it's pretty tight up front for the win. Oh, I nearly dropped it there. Come on, Rita's beat me once tonight. I can't have my teammate beating me again. Number 1 Pops did get the win from David. Tom looks like he's only going to manage 3rd in this one. And 10 Racing is going to be ahead of me in 4th. Let's see if I can bring this home in 5th ahead of Rita. Let's see what we can do here. Yes, we get it. So that's 1-1. Rita and I tonight. Oh, Wills is struggling in this one. He's in 7th. But the guys on the move here, number 1 Pops, David and Collar to Tom, they seem to be the ones to beat. Although I'm saying that, look at the time between Collar to Tom and 10 Racing. Just, what, 1.5 tenths of a second, just over 1.5 tenths of a second between those two. That is nothing on the line. That was really tight. And JB, the guys I went to uni with were mostly from Milton Keynes. Couldn't wait to get away. They all moved back. It's the most landlocked I've been, but there's lots going on these days. Yeah, MK's nice. It's all right. It's a good place. It's okay. I must admit, I've got friends that live there. I've got family that live there, and yeah, not a bad neck of the woods, as you say. Right. Anyway, enough about me. Enough about me, because let's see how many we get in this one, because we're off to the Nords. I'm sort of wondering whether I should be racing this one, but I want to commentate it. I really, really do. Nick Humphrey, good evening. Thank you for popping in and saying hello. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. All right, number one Pops was your winner, a 1:10.581 and the fastest lap. Clean sweep from number one Pops there. David in second, 1:11.650. In fact, I was going to say number one Pops was the only one in the 110s, but there was another racer. College Tom in third with a 1:12.961. 10 Racing in fourth. I got fifth. Rita in sixth and Wheels in seventh. And yeah, Wheels also got a 1:10.920. So not quite able to snatch the fastest lap away for number one Pops, but pretty close. So your top three: number one Pops, David, and College Tom. Well done to you guys. Okay, we now get into the big one. This is the biggie. I am going to get this one. I'm going to let people have a few moments just to get out on track and just run a few of the corners to see how they go. They won't be able to do a full lap. I'm going to start this one at 50. So they have got 4 minutes, just under 4 minutes to get out there and just feel this car through some of those corners. 10 Racing, love listening about Mitch as a kid while trying to die. I think we're all cooked on this one. Yeah, I think so. 10 Racing, you are experiencing PSR at its best. This is what we do. Friday night, we do different things. We've raced hard. We've raced fair all weekend. Or all week, I should say. And then on a Friday night, we have some fun. In fact, very often, we finish up a Friday night with a smashy bashy. If we've got enough, we might head over to Tokyo for one last race and really let our hair down, because I've had a heck of a week this week. And I don't know about you guys, but I quite fancy really letting my hair down. We're on board, actually, with 10 Racing. Black and pink. What is it with pink this week? What is it with you guys and pink this week? I think we need to be around the other side because it's going to go orange. He's orange one side, he's pink the other side. That's really clever. That is really clever. That's going to confuse me as he's going around the track. As he comes towards us, he's pink. And then as he goes by in a moment, oh no, he's still pink. But on the other side, he's going to be orange. Another one Pops. It's a great track and this will be funny. I'm hoping so. The other thing, just to let you guys know, just for full transparency here, I have got boost on weak. I didn't put it on strong, but you have got boost is on weak. So for those people that do have a crash out, there is a chance that you might be able to catch. I say might because I think we're going to have one or two quite quick people around here. Who's going to be quick? Who knows? We've already seen that Pops is quick, 10 Racing's quick, College of Tom, David's quick. So we got 4 really good contenders. But we've also seen Rita put it on the podium tonight. Could she do another podium here? Or could Tayron or Tom or William come through and have a quiet, safe race, keeping it on the island and come through and surprise us? There is so much that could go on in this one. And of course, you've got that very long straight at the end where people are going to get the opportunity to slipstream. If there are any penalties, then they're going to be served, and everything could change on that long straight down to the final right-hander, guys. Remember, I'm not going to repeat this all the time and remind you all the time. Remember, we're at the Nordschleife, not the 24-hour. So when you get to the end of the straight, you are going to have the fast left into the fast right, then the tight left, and then the tight right to go across to the start finishing line. So it's a bit different to what we normally do. Remember to turn right, not to go straight. 10 Racing, I race karts in real life. and that is my karting logo. Oh, cool. So where is he? There we go. Ah, that's his karting logo. The logo on the back of your overalls, I'm assuming. Is that the livery of your car? Very nice. Very nice indeed. Very nice indeed. Right, where are we? It is 10 past. Your races in this one. Wheels Racing, College of Tom, David, Rita, 10 Racing, number 1 Pops, Taron. We are going to be going racing. Let me set this one up. We are going to be on a grid start straight into the twiddly bits around the Nordschleife. This could be very, very, very interesting, and we'll see how we do it. Let's get the spectator up. We'll get the options up. I am going to have my work cut out in this one, I have no doubt. Wheels Racing is going to be leading us away with College of Tom in second, David in third, followed by Rita, 10 Racing, number 1 Pops, Haron bringing up the rear in this one. Right, we are 5 lights on, and we will be racing at the Nordschleife. 10 Racing very slow away off the line. Aaron Racing just making a move through to make up a place. Behind him, it's all pretty steady. I'm wondering whether these guys are just going to take it slow and steady to start with, and then build up their speed as they go through. It is incredible to see karts going around the Nordschleife. I'll swear I've never seen this. I know a lot of people do it on streams and stuff, but I'm pretty sure we've never done it. And it will be very, very interesting to see how we go. I can't believe this, but we've got everybody, I think, is still going. We've got, oh, as I say that, I think somebody might have just gone off. That is commentators curse kicking in for somebody. Wheels Racing is 2.7 out front. 10 Racing just getting past College of Tom there. He is pretty much dead level, those two. College of Tom looking for another way past 10 Racing. He takes a look around the outside using the slipstream. He's going to get the inside here. Rita making a move on Taron, I think, as well, but Taron is coming back as well. These four really, really locked together. It's quite a surreal sight as Rita decides there's a little bit of grass there that needed to be trimmed. It has been trimmed, Rita. You don't need to be doing that, my friend. Just leave the grass cutting to the groundsman. You don't need to be doing it tonight. Right, so wheels out front. 10 Racing is 3 seconds behind. Taron is right with 10 Racing. College of Tom just about 0.8 off the back. And number 1 Pops is now joining this little battle. So we had 4 karts, it then went to 3, and now number 1 Pops is on an absolute flyer. Right on the back of College of Tom. Thought he was going to find a way through there, but unfortunately he couldn't. But he's right with him at the moment. We'll stick with these two at the moment and just watch how they're going through the S, and College of Tom holds off number 1 Pops. Number 1 trying to find a way through. They're now both on the gearbox of Taron, and College of Tom and number 1 Pops side by side, going very, very well. The 3 of them almost side by side as we go into this little section. We've got a tight, twisty section here where everything could change. Just watching these 3 at the moment. Unfortunately, on the mini-map, it's hard to see who is having any incidents and spinning. If we do get any, I will try and pick them up. But for the moment, I am thoroughly enjoying number 1 Pops, Taron and College of Tom locked together. At the moment, number 1 Pops is gapping the other 2. He's 1.1 ahead. But Taron has got College of Tom all over his back bumper at the moment, and there is nothing between these two on track. And David's closing up as Taron through the grass, spins it around, finds himself now down in last place. Rita's gone through, David's gone through. Tom has now got David on his back bumper for company, and Rita is there too. So the weak boost is certainly helping in this one to bring the guys back together. But for those people that are good at kart racing around here, they're not having any issues whatsoever. Wheels Racing, I didn't expect Wheels to be out front, if I'm honest. but he's 2.6 ahead of 10 Racing. And I mean that in the nicest possible way, just looking at how Wills was going in the last couple of races, if my memory serves me correctly. But he's going really, really well. And even with the boost, he's still pushing at that time out. It's going to be 3 seconds in a minute, as Outlaw number 1 Pops and 10 Racing are locked together in combat. Number 1 Pops takes the tighter inside line, and 10 Racing trying to swing around the outside. I think he might have got the inside line for this one, and he's got that done. Number 1 Pops cuts back across to pick up the slipstream, and just behind we've got Colin de Tom and David now. And I think with the boost, Tom and David are possibly going to make this a foursome. Oh, look at the camera shots, absolutely amazing watching these karts together. You could see there Wills Racing so far out in front at the moment, no dramas whatsoever. In fact, very few dramas for anybody in this one. We saw Taron having a big off earlier on. It looks like Rita's dropped to 7th as well now, so I think she's had an incident, as I think David looked like he was going wide there, but he's taken a different line and swept around the back of Colin de Tom. What a move that was, very nicely done. And Taron, after his trip across the grass, is closing up nicely. David not using the carousel, whereas Tom has, and David going the long way around and sweeps across in front of Colin de Tom, almost indicating to stay out of the carousels in this one. The stickiness of these karts, you seem to be able to go around the outside of these corners quite quickly. All of these guys still together. I can't believe we haven't had the crashes, the spills and the accidents that I was expecting. Wills has had his lead drastically reduced. I don't know if he's had an issue while we weren't watching, but it is now down to 1.1, or maybe the boost is kicking in here. He still looks to be very smooth. He still looks to be very much in control. But 10 Racing and number 1 Pops closing up really quickly, and they need to do this right now because we've got this little 10 Racing really off the racetrack there. That's going to allow number 1 Pops through, and potentially David as well. I think Dave, oh no, 10 Racing binned it badly. He's off. He's going to be right back at the back. Don't write them off though. The boost will bring them through. They've got some really nice fast flowing sections now. Do they get air over that jump? No, it looks all good. Wills Racing 1.2 seconds out front at the moment. Number 1 Pops 1.2 ahead of David, who's 2 ahead of Tom, who's 0.2 ahead of Taron, who's 11 ahead of 10 Racing, who is 6 ahead of Risa. So the battle at the moment, I was just about to join Colin de Tom and Taron, but unfortunately we just joined Colin de Tom as he puts it into the barrier and goes around. So Tom falling backwards now as well. We're starting to see maybe concentration is wavering. Maybe people are starting to push a little bit harder, but we're starting to see 1 or 2 issues coming up at the moment. As just as we join them, number 1 Pops sweeps through the carousel and flies past Wills Racing. What a move that was. Absolutely beautiful. Thank goodness I just caught that as it was happening. You almost need a replay because I caught that just as it was happening. And David closing up. So we are now on the main straight, and it is number 1 Pops with Wills Racing 0.6 behind. Has Wills Racing pulled a blinder here? Is he going to get a lovely slipstream all the way down, and he's going to catch number 1 Pops at the end? Unfortunately, it looks like the slipstream is not playing a part in this one, because number 1 Pops is pulling away. 1.1 now. It's going to be 1.2, going to be 1.3 in a moment. And Wills, well, David is not really catching Wills either. So the straight being a little bit of a damp squib, really, in my opinion. We have got a little bit of a battle here between David and Taron. They are locked together. But again, I think David is just catching Taron with a little bit of slip. But no, Taron is ahead. So, you know, it's not happening. It's not happening. Right. Let's see what happens at the end here. It's number 1 Pops, who is looking really good here. He sweeps round to the left-hand side. Wills Racing does too. Number 1 Pops is going to come across to take the win by some 2 seconds. Wills Racing 3 ahead of David, who's going to come across the line. 2 ahead of 10 Racing, recovering from that spin. Colin de Tom also having a nightmare. He's in 5th. Rita coming across in 6th. And Taron is going to come across in 7th. Only 14 seconds covering all of those guys, bearing in mind that whole race distance was quite long. We'll have a look and see how long the race distance was after I do a quick share of the replay. Why have I done please when I want PSR? Oh man alive, come on, get your act together, Mitchell. But yeah, that's a few fills and spills, but certainly not as many as I'd expect to. JB spun into the pit lane. That's not a good idea, my friend. You don't want to be doing that. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. And William, that's a win for me. I'm usually awful in the karts. Well, congratulations, mate, because you were absolutely on it in that one. I didn't see a... Did you make a mistake? I noticed that number one Pops was and the other guys were catching. I don't know whether that was boost or whether there was a mistake that we didn't see, but number one Pops in first with an 8:18.675. So as I said, basically an 8.5 minute race and only 14 seconds splits all of the racers. That is amazing racing. Will's just 2.2 behind in second. David 5.5 behind in third. 10 Racing in fourth. Sporting the PSR tag now, I've noticed. Thank you ever so much for that, my friend. Very much appreciated. College Tom in fifth. Rita St. James in sixth and Taron in seventh. A little word just before let me go on and line up or set up the next one, because I am going to be doing this one. A little bit of a word about putting a tag in your name. You'll notice that Wheels Racing is PSR Wheels Racing. 10 Racing is PSR 10 Racing. I'm obviously PSR Mitchell Morgan. Just be aware that there are only so many times that you can change your tag before you have to pay. And I think it's quite, and this is in the rule book as well, guys. This is in the rule book. My advice, as much as I like it, and it's good for PSR, I tend to advise people not to put tags on. Basically because of that fact that, let's say you've used up all of your opportunities to change your tag, and then you and I fall out and I boot you out of PSR, or you become a rule breaker and you get booted out, or you get invited to join RTR Racing or P1R Racing or one of the big the big leagues that only pick the really best people, and you want to put their tag in, you're going to need to pay. So just be a little bit careful. As I say, I do cover that in my rule book just so that people are aware. I can't lie, if it was me, I wouldn't be doing it. But I do appreciate it, 10 Racing. I really, really do. Right. Let's go. Oh, I need to let people know when we're going to... Oh, I'm losing my rhythm here. This race is going to be starting even at... I'm going to start this one 10 past. And I want to try and finish up around about 11 o'clock, and we've got 3 races to do yet. So, and it's Friday night. We might do a smashy bashy. Depends how many people we've got. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Right, let's get a move on in this one. Wow. Didn't even know that bit of the wall stuck out there. That's killed my steering wheel. So we're doing a GR4 around Mount Panorama, and then we'll be heading off to Spa in the GR3s, and then we'll be finishing up in the GR2s around Le Mans. And then maybe a smashy. Who knows? Because we've already done a Nord tonight. let's get around here. I can see something's gone on in the chat. I need to catch up with that, but I'm going to do that on the long straight. I'm trying to keep up with the chat tonight, but proving very difficult. I'm not going to lie. Send some pictures of my car in Discord. Oh, brilliant. Yeah, I will definitely. I do look at every single posting in Discord. I'll definitely take a note. And I love it when people share their real world racing pictures and stuff like that. It's really nice. And I've got to catch up with Greg Dowie as well, from Dowie Motorsport, because he's supposed to be doing some touring car racing this year, and he's gone very quiet on me at the moment. I'm assuming he's busy, and I must check him out and see if he's actually been racing. I think he was hoping to do a whole season, but then sponsorship and getting the car ready and everything else I think might have got in the way, and might be doing 1 or 2 races this season, and we'll see. But yeah, I'd love to see how he's doing. I love learning more about you guys. That's one of the things I really love about Discord, and we do get people that come and say, yeah, I want to come and race with you, but I won't do Discord, and it's not going to happen. And I'm like, well, sorry, but if you don't want to do Discord, then it's not going to happen, because Discord is really the community side of PSR, and I really like to get to know the people that I race with, and you know, putting little things like that up there really make a big old difference. And they also, believe it or not, earn you respect on the track as well when you participate in the Discord as part of the chat, because you become a friend and not just another guy that or girl that you're racing on track. And a lot of people get together in chat rooms, and sometimes, you know, there's a chat room running when we're racing. I don't tend to do the chat room purely because there's just too much going on. I'm also deaf in one ear, and I don't want to have an earplug in one ear with a chat room, and then I can't hear what's going on elsewhere, and it's another thing for me to worry about. But often there is a chat room open that people are in, and I wish I was in it the other week, because apparently when I was in the British Touring Cars and I was running away, I was they were talking, being referred to as Jack Kobe. If I'd been in the chat room for that one, I think I would have absolutely wet myself, and I'd have probably crashed. So again, that's probably another good reason why I'm not in there, because I can take the mickey out of people, and I am more than happy for people to take the mickey out of me, and I love it when people take the mickey out of me. And I enjoyed that, and I've probably enjoyed it too much and crashed. So again, another good reason probably why I'm not in the chat rooms. But there we go. And yeah, the Discord just gives a place for people to just socialise. And sometimes people are going through a tough time, and they can just talk about that. And sometimes people are worried about things, and they'll raise it, and people will help with their advice and stuff like that. And it's just it's a very healthy place to be, because again, it's in the rules, it's all got to be respectful. I won't stand for anything that isn't respectful. So I will definitely check those out, Ten. Definitely check them out. Right, okay, we have got in this one Wheels Racing. He's in the G70. Colin Tom is in the G. Looks like most people. Oh, there's a lot of people in the G70. Not everybody. Wheels is. Colin de Tom is. I am. David is. Rita is. 10 Racing has gone for the Toyota 86. I think that is. Outlaw number 1 Pops has gone for the Atenza with a really spangly livery. I love that one. Stiggy with another very tasteful livery. He's in the RCF. Joined us. And Taron in the G70 as well. Just want to say thank you to everybody that has joined me to race this evening. I really appreciate it, and as well to everybody that is watching the stream. I really appreciate your support very much. I get quite humbled actually to when I look at the stats and I find that there's 200 people that checked in with us over a stream, it blows my mind. It really does. If I ever get up to the likes of 1,000 like Rory and some of the others, I think I would be, well, I don't think I'd be able to cope. I don't really be able to cope, because the numbers that we've got means I can keep an eye on the chat. I can respond to most of what goes on in the chat. It would be very difficult when the chat is blasting through so fast that you can't keep up with it. By the way, talking about that, if you do want to ask me anything or bring anything to my attention, please put @PlayStation Racer in your comment. It doesn't work if you're on a phone, but if you're on a mobile device, but if you're on another device, put @PlayStation Racer. It puts an orange box around my name, and God, that was close on Tom there. I nearly took him out, and then it jumps out. Whoa, that was me. Oh my gosh, I've caused mayhem, destruction and mayhem at the back there. Oh dear, sorry guys, sorry 10 Racing. Oh, that was terrible. Oh, see what happens when I don't concentrate. Can't remember what I was saying now, gone out of my head, but there we go. Right, what I want to do now is stay with 10 and see if I can give him a boost down the main straight. And I did say try, it's certainly not guaranteed by any stretch of the imagination. Oh, we got another spinner, I think, up the hill. Oh, we got 2 off. Looks like Outlaw, number 1 Pops and Stiggy. 2 of the Outlaws having a coming together, so that makes me feel ever so slightly better than not the only person to cause chaos and mayhem tonight around here. But as I said, let's just see if there is anything that I can do to help 10 Racing now down the main straight. It does mean I've got to try and stay with him, and at the minute I'm struggling to stay with him. But I need a blinding exit out of this one, and I've got a major slide through there. That's going to cost me. Wow, Wheels Racing out front at the moment by some margin, I think. Rita's second, Collar to Tom in third. Not sure who's in fourth, and we've got David fifth, 10 Racing sixth, and I'm seventh up. They're having to drop to the back, but look at this little group in front. That, oh no, we've got a car big going off. I think that's Taron going off, and unfortunately he was out of control, and David as well. Not a lot he could do with that, I think. And I tell you what, 10 Racing, I think he was enjoying that, possibly looking out the window, and the back of his car got extremely loose through there. A little bit loose again there. I need to try and stay with him to see if I can give him some help down this main straight and see if we can get onto the back of Tom. There is an opportunity for me to pay 10 Racing back now. Let's see what we can do. I'm not going to make the move. We've got a reasonable bump. Is there an opportunity for another one? Possibly not, because we're going to be right into this corner. We'll not do that one. We'll brake slightly early so we don't punt him. Then we'll try and stay for the corner. Well, the light fades around Mount Panorama. Are we going to get a? Are we going to go into a night race here? I think we are, you know. Mitchell Morgan, what have you done? What have you done? It's getting darker and darker and darker. The lights, the street lights are on. Oh, I got that wrong. And into the wall. I'm not going to be able to help 10 now. Not in this one. Going to be too far away, those guys. Wheels Racing still out front at the moment. Rita in second still. College Tom in third. Those are your 1, 2, 3. 5th, so I think that, well, I think we've got Rita, Tom and 10 right in front of us at the moment. If I can get caught up, and that's a big if, then we might be able to enjoy this racing out front as we go too deep and onto the grass there as I try and trying too hard now. Yeah, that's all over. Thankfully I was still ghosted as those guys went through. No rear spoiler on this one. David right on my back bumper. Power on a little bit further back at the moment. David's going to get a run up the inside here. No point me fighting. Oh, David hard into the wall there. That's going to cost him a little bit, I think. Locked in behind David at the moment. Come on, I need a slip and a bump draft before we get to the corner. Oh, crikey. Tucked right up on side. You can't see where the corner is. There it is. Oh my gosh, that is almost impossible. Ah. No, David's gone off. I was trying to help him. Let's wait. Flashing his lights, I think we're good. I was trying to help him so we could get on the back of number 1. We'll be racing together now. A bit deep into that one as well. The track has gone a bit cold as we get into the night. I wonder how long it's going to stay dark for as well. David behind me, a quick check of the radar. He's quicker. He's closing. Trying to warm up those tyres. Probably not a bad idea, actually. David just getting up on the grass a little bit on the exit of that corner. He's still with me. Nico, good evening, my friend. How you doing? Hope you've had a good week. Hope everybody's had a good week and looking forward to the weekend. David's still right locked with me. I really want to sort of back out of this and go and join Taron, but she's proving to be an amazing battle with David, and I'm loving it. Yeah, this is almost as good as being up the front. Little personal battle between the two of us. Well, we got the yellow flags up. Back to green. Whatever was the issue, it has cleared. Oh no, did I cut that one? I might have cut that. And it gave David an opportunity. Oh my word, a 1 second for my first misdemeanor. That's tough. That is tough. Got some serious catching up to do now. I could have understood a half second for that, but to get a whole second, not nice, not nice, not nice at all. There is no way that I'm going to catch David. I'm going to let David go, and I'm going to do the right thing. I'm going to wait for Taron, and then we're going to have a last lap shootout together. So he's just coming down the hill at the moment. You're not supposed to reverse on a racetrack, and it's in the rules not to do it, but I'm okay for the minute because there is nobody else close, and I just want to get to a point where I can get up to speed when Taron comes by, and then we will go together. Where is he? Just watching out. There's his lights. There he is as he comes around the corner. Let's go. Taron's just joined us recently and learning the ropes. Hopefully he's downloading the replays and checking out the likes of Wills. Today it'd be Wills, Rita, 10 Racing, those guys that are racing really, really well tonight. Seeing what gears they're using, how they're braking, accelerating and the like, and we'll definitely get quicker by watching those replays. And the other thing is when you've got somebody, especially at night, tucked up behind you like this, and there's nothing worse than when you've got the host behind you pushing you. Oh, I just caught the back of him there. Just to remind him I'm there as we go down the mountain. Oh, Oh, I tried to make a look up the inside there and I couldn't do that. He shut the door on me beautifully. You're not coming through there, Mitch. Right, hang on. I can get on the back of you. This is another lesson. You're going to need to brake early into this bottom corner if I give you a bump draft, because you will be going into there faster than you think. Be prepared. Mind you, I can't see where the corner is. Oh, I'm off. That's the problem when you're that tucked up. You can't see where somebody is. You can't see where the corner is, I should say. Makes it very, very difficult. Nice one, Tarrant. Nice one, nice one, nice one. Woo. 10 Racing went off the same way because I was right behind someone. It's so difficult around there at night when you're really tucked up. You almost want to like back out a little bit so you can at least see something. But at night, it was very interesting to see that one that went from light to dark. They could all be doing that tonight. So be warned, my friends. Be warned. And we got random weather on as well. So, yeah, could be interesting. Short races, you should be okay. But who knows? Because we're going to be heading off to Spa and Le Mans. Anything could happen with the weather. Going to be very, very interesting. Right, I am going to call it a night now. I'm just going to jump up very, very quickly to shut my door because I don't want to. No, Marley, mate, stay. No, in, stay in there. I'm going to shut my door because I don't want to disturb Joanna. I'm going to definitely commentate on these next two. Oh, wow. So, where were we? Wills was your winner, a 2:15.635. Rita in second, 2:17.903. And 10 Racing in third with a 2:17.044. Collar to Tom in fourth, Stiggy fifth, Outlaw number one Pops in sixth, and David with the fastest lap. The only one in the 2:14s, a 2:14.881. That is a cracking lap. Well done, my friend. Taron in eighth, and I was a lowly ninth in that one. So Wills Racing, Rita, and 10 Racing, well done to you. Right, let's get into the next one. Somebody's saying, too many laps? Too many laps? No. 6 is a nice number. It's a nice round number. Oh, right, GR3s around Spa-Francorchamps for this one. And time is getting on, so I'm going to try and start this race at 1:30. So just under 2 minutes. Basically, no time to practice, straight into this one. I know I say that I would normally give people, or trying to give people, a 10-minute window to practice, but sometimes Mitchell Morgan throws a curveball. So there we go. Nice to see Rita is in the TCSRL PSR liveried M6 that both of us have come to love so much. We both hated that car initially when we were in a championship together, and then we did thousands and thousands of miles and laps in that car. Well, maybe not thousands of miles, but I exaggerate a little bit. Certainly hundreds of laps and miles in that car, and we both came to love it. Wills Racing has gone for the Mercedes AMG. Rita's in the M6 GT3 Endurance model. 10 Racing has gone for the 911 RSR, but no, it is the 911 version, the older model, the 2017 car. Outlaw number one Pops has also gone for the 911, gone for the GT3R, which is the 992 model, 2022 model. Stiggy is in the GR Super Racing concept in that livery that I love. Every time I see that livery, I love it. Number one Pops is keeping his liveries completely wacky. I think he's in a Mario Kart one tonight. He's our real cartoon liveries these last couple of days, and I'm loving that indeed. Taron in the black car with the big white cross on it. He's in the 911 992. So your runners in this one: Wheels Racing, David, Rita. Hold that thought for a moment. 10 Racing, number 1 Pop, Stiggy, Taron. Just asking for an R, and then we will be going racing. Number 1 Pops, Mario Knight. Nico says, notice how much is avoiding my last comment. I don't even know where Lesbia. What's Lesbia? Nico, you're going to have to explain. I don't know the context of that. Wheels, Stiggy. We've also got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that are ready. We've got 7 in the room. So I think we're going to be good to go. So let's get this one underway. And yeah, Nick, read the comment above. I can't read it. I can't read it that fast. There's too much going on. Where am I? Yeah, I need to get set up for this race. There's too much going on. I don't know the context. I don't know the context, my friend. So I'm going to have to let that one go because I can't read back quick enough, and I don't know what I'm supposed to be looking at. Right, where are we? Wheels Racing is going to lead us away at Spa. We are 4 lights on with 5 lights. When they go out now, we are going to be going racing. I nearly made them false start there, but Wheels gets away ahead of David. Rita in 3rd, 10 Racing 4th, Stiggy 5th, number 1 Pops in 6th, and Taron in 7th for this one. Oh, Wheels and David going heavily wide into the first corner. And we've got a spinner there. That is number 1 Pops, who's spinning around to show us his beautiful Mario Kart livery. Number 1 Pops, you didn't need to do a 360 to show us the livery, but it was very welcome. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Rita finds herself out front at the moment with 10 Racing right close behind as we go down the Camel Straight. Rita, 10 Racing won't know this, but Rita is brilliant at defensive racing, and unfortunately that didn't quite come off there. She went a little bit wide. I don't know whether that was... Yeah, I might have to look back at that one on a replay. The camera angle could well have let things slip on that one a little bit, but it's 10 Racing out front. Stiggy 2nd, Rita in 3rd. Baz, my friend, Cornish flag back with the white cross. £2 gift. Thank you so much, my friend. I really appreciate your donation, and it is lovely, lovely, lovely to see you back. Oh, so good. Nico was talking about his date night. I'm missing the context. It's a joke, but I'm missing the context of it. Nico comes out with all sorts of weird jokes, and mostly I get them, but that one's gone straight over my head. Let's get back to the race. 10 Racing out front by 0.7 of a second. Stiggy going really well in 2nd, but he has picked up a half-second penalty. Hopefully he's going to do the gear trick and be able to stay right with 10 Racing, although Rita is catching fast. After getting out on the outside of that corner, she is on a flyer. She's got the gap down to 1.5 seconds to Stiggy. Oh, Stiggy has a moment going into that corner. I thought the car was going around, and he gathered that up really, really nicely. He's going to get it rotated onto this corner. The gap to Rita behind, 1.4 seconds. Rita needs a really good Eau Rouge and Camel Straight, and then I think that she's going to be right with Stiggy. I think this is going to be game on. Stiggy hugging the wall through turn 1 to make sure he can try and get as much distance as he can, and I tell you what, he certainly did that. He's pulled out a good 2 or 3 tenths of a second on Rita with that first corner move. Lovely first corner. Going well over Eau Rouge. Rita's still going. She's 2.2 behind. 10 Racing 2.4 out front at the moment. 2 lights on Stiggy's Supra, indicating that he is in 2nd place. he will be desperate to extinguish one of the lights on that car, and Rita behind will be desperate to light up another one of the car lights on that particular car. 10 Racing in the older Porsche, remember, going really well at the moment. Sweeping across the track, picking up the apex not really nicely. He's got his logo on the back and the side of the car. Stiggy still visible in the background, trying to close down. 2.4 behind at the moment. 10 Racing all over the curve. He's even got 2 wheels on the Astro curve there. He's pushing this one as much as he possibly can. Clearly, this is a track that 10 Racing knows. He's hooking up the apexes nicely. He's really picking up all of the Astro, just running the bollards there beautifully through that corner. And then we come down to the all-important corner. You don't want to get out the Astro, you can be in trouble. Both of those 2 cars going nicely through there. Stiggy holding the gap, 2.1, 2.2 at the moment. And Rita 3.4 behind these 2 now. So Rita has got Wills Racing behind her. She's almost definitely going to be defending a little bit as Wills sweeps around the outside, and then David's going to be closing down too. So at the moment, Rita just falling away just a little bit from the leaders, who really seem to have the bit between their teeth, and they are really going very nicely. And Faz, thank you so much for the £2. That's always blows me away when I get little donations and gifts like that. It's so nice, so unexpected, and I really do appreciate them. Although Faz, I really wish you'd come back and race with us. I really do. Whoa, Davey with a big old slide on the curb there, nearly dropped it. Very nearly dropped it there. And I'm assuming Faz 1967, you are the Faz that I'm referring to. There have been a few Fazes that have come about, but Faz is, well, very important to everything that you guys do every night with me. Assuming it is the same Faz. He used to have a specific livery, it was a specific motif on his cars. Correct me if I'm right, it was it a coyote? A coyote? I can't remember. I might be talking complete gibberish because it could be a different Faz, of course. But there we go. I am digressing just a little bit. Out front, it is 10 Racing that is 3 seconds ahead of Stiggy. Stiggy goes a little bit wide through that corner, and that gives 10 Racing, best part of another second to go down the line. So 10 Racing really owning this one. But at the moment, Wills is struggling to close up on Stiggy. Stiggy is 3 seconds ahead at the moment. I'm going to be really interested to watch this delta. But at the risk of commentator's curse, I said this about one of the racers last night, but I'm not going to name names. But tonight, I'm really enjoying watching Stiggy, who is just getting quicker and quicker and quicker and quicker and more consistent in his racing at the moment. And I am really enjoying this, because I can see that Stiggy and we're going to have some great battles on track over the coming months, and he's going to be pushing me faster and faster and faster. And when Hulky comes back racing with us, I think that Hulky, Stiggy, me, Number One Pops, and a few others, Rita as well, is going to be in that mix. We're going to be having some absolutely brilliant battles, and once again Stiggy doing a fantastic job here. I'm just watching him and enjoying him with this Supra. He's holding Wills behind him by some 2.5 seconds. I hope he didn't cut the going across the top of Radion there. He did. He's just picked up a half-second penalty. That is a real shame, because it was only ever so slight. I don't think that he really gained too much from that, but that is going to drop him back, what, a second and a half by the time he takes this. Well, about a second, I think, by the time he takes his penalty. It will still be ahead of Wills, but obviously that could put him in danger of slipstream from Wills, and Stiggy really needs to keep that in front, keep that distance so the slipstream doesn't come into play. 10 Racing. Oh, he's got a moment, he's gone off. I was just about to say that he's clinical and he's got this one in the bag as we're on lap 4 of 6. And as I do that, commentator's curse kicks in and he's off in the most dramatic fashion. He's got damage to both of the near side wheels and also front and rear. Of course, near side of in the UK. So the left side of the car, massive damage as he went into the barrier heavily. And he's just wiped out that lead. That 3-4 second lead is now a 3-second deficit. And well, I'm not going to say who's out front at the moment, but he's keeping Wills honest at the moment. Wills is closing massively. I think Stiggy's had a moment as well, because Wills Racing has just taken a huge chunk of time out of Stiggy. So we didn't see it on camera. I think that Stiggy's had a moment. Stiggy needs to get back into the rhythm, get back into that zone. 10 Racing is really pushing hard. You can see 10 Racing jumping over the curbs there to try and make sure that he could get as much speed through the bus stop as possible, because he's got Rita chasing him down. She's only 0.7 behind, and she's pulling David along, who's only half a second behind as well, as we head down towards Eau Rouge for the penultimate time. This is lap 5 of 6. We're then going to sweep up through Eau Rouge, over the top, through Radiant, and assuming I've got these corners right, down the Camel Straight. My brain is all over the place at the moment, and David's got a beautiful run on the BMW. He pulls out to one side. Rita's taken the right-hand line to try and get the defensive manoeuvre into the final corner here, and I think she's going to get that. David sweeps around the outside. She can't quite hold him off, and David claims 4th place. But Rita's fighting back. She gets up the inside. Oh, what a move. And she's going to have the inside for this one, but then she'll be on the outside for the next couple of corners. But this is brilliant side-by-side action from David and Rita. Rita trying to get up the inside. David hanging it around the outside. And this is where David now gets the inside line and going to get the inside for the next one. But Rita's right on his back bumper. She takes a look up the inside, but I'm not sure there's going to be a move. Unfortunately not. Oh, these two really going for it, leaving nothing to chance. Proper real racers, these two, really going for it, as are many of the other people on this track. We'll just leave these two for a moment. Regretfully, I really don't want to, as I see, I think it might be Taron spinning around in the background on the mini map. And I'm actually going to stay with these two, because David, I think, is now closing down on Stiggy. David getting all across the curbs to try and find a way round. He got untidy, and that's 3 wide into this section. That's never going to work. And Rita with an absolutely blinding move through there. She takes both into one corner. Oh my goodness me, she's going to have the big squint on her face. The lady absolutely mugged the pair of them. Oh, David comes back around the outside though. He's not going to have any of that. He's not going to be outdone. He sweeps through as they come across the start-finishing line to start the very last lap. And now it is Wills Racing out front. 10 Racing in second. David third, with Rita charging hard behind. And I tell you what, Stiggy's not given up in 5th either as well. Look at the way that Super is sliding as he gets the power down. And then number 1, Pops, is not too far off the back of this one as well. Poor old Taron is struggling like crazy in this one at the moment. Taron, I am extremely busy at the moment, so I can't do it for the next week or so. But if you want, hit me up in Discord and we'll arrange an hour or so one day, and I'll go through like I did with Matt Evo and see if we can find you some time. I haven't analysed your laps at the moment, but we'll do that and see what we can do. And if any of you want to get a few tips, then please look at my video that I did with Matt Evo. It's about 2 hours long, but I cover a whole load of things, like how you can learn trail braking, maximising the track and a whole load of things, and obviously analysing other people's lap times. It is a good watch, and I think we saved Matt about 5 seconds a lap in that one session. It was amazing, and he's a completely different racer afterwards. Wheels Racing out front at the moment for 1.3 seconds. 10 Racing is really pushing hard, but he's got David 1.6 as I get about of the hiccups. I'm going to try and settle that down and find my way through the hiccups now. Rita in 4th after an absolutely amazing battle, and Stiggy out front for the longest time, but fading just a little bit towards the end of this one. But I tell you what, Stiggy really is my racer of the week at the moment. He has really, or she is really getting faster and faster and more consistent and going really well. I mean, look at that. Lap number 2 was a 2:19. Lap number 3 was a 2:21 and a 2:20. And then finishes up with a 2:18. Really good racing. So Wills did manage to bring that one home. 10 Racing, dang, I got on the outside curb and spun out of the lead. Yes, there you go. Nico, I painted my body in a car design, but ended up with a huge amount of iron in my blood. My doctor said I had too much livery in my diet. Very droll. Very droll. Oh my word. Oh, Nico, you are the comedian, my friend. You put a smile on my face every night. He just comes out with 1 or 2 one-liners every night, and it's brilliant. I love it. I absolutely love it. Well, I'm not hearing anything from Faz. I don't know if that is the Faz from back in the day. I was talking about that earlier on, just while this one's finishing. We just got Taron is coming around just to finish. And kudos to Taron for finishing that one. A minute behind the leaders, but he finished the race, and that, my friend, is respect. And I respect Taron greatly for that. Very much so. Right, so I'll do a save replay. While the replay is saving, I'm going to just say that I mentioned Faz a couple of times. I was doing the daily races, was getting beaten up massively and really struggling, getting really down, was just about ready to give up on everything. And Faz says, why don't you open up a lobby and I'll come and race with you, with a couple of the others, and you can learn. And I, from that moment, fell in love with lobby racing, and that's why I do this every night now. So for those of you that enjoy the PSR lobby racing, it is all down to Faz from 3 years ago. And I will never, ever forget Faz for that. Yeah, it means an awful lot to me. Sometimes in life, you've got to remember where you've come from. And I certainly do in that respect. I'm sharing too much tonight. Let's get back to the schedule. Wheels Racing was your winner, a 2:18.612. 10 Racing in second with a 2:18.899, throwing away the lead with that massive spin that we saw. I said he was going really well, and then suddenly he binned it. They don't call me Murray Walker Mitchell Morgan for nothing. No, Mitchell Murray Walker Morgan. That's what they call me. Commentator's curse. You know, Murray Walker with the BMW on the motocross. He's out front. The benefit of being out front is you've got a clear windscreen, and and then he put it into the barrier or into the bank even. Yeah, I know. There we go. Murray Walker, one of my all-time heroes. Let's get back to the schedule. David in third. I've been waiting to savour this one. He's got another fastest lap, I think, a 2:18.119. A really nice fast lap there to get the podium in third. Rita in a fine fourth. Stiggy in fifth. Outlaw number 1 pops in sixth, and Taron in seventh. Watch Stiggy. He's getting quicker all the time. And I think he's definitely one to watch. Now, this will be quite interesting, this race. We're down to 4 laps for this one because it is a long track and time is getting on. So I'm going to start this one pretty quickly. but we're in the GR2s. I'm going to give everybody 5 minutes before we start this. So we're going to start this one at 22:55. I think it will be the last race of the evening, unless a lot of you out there persuade me to do a smashy bashy, and it will depend on how many people are in this one. Yeah, we'll start this race. Is starting at XX50, and we will see how this one goes. GR2 is going to be quick. Incidentally, some of you who might be wondering why I do XX50 instead of 2250, it's because people from all around the world race with me, and for some of them they can be 5 hours ahead, some of them can be 2 hours behind. So doing XX50 just tells them that we're going to be starting at 10 to the hour, whatever hour they are in. Right, I think we're going to have 10 racing. Number 1 Pops, Stiggy, Taron, hopefully Wills, David and Rita will be racing in this one. We've got 10 racing, number 1 and Stiggy, all in the Audi RS5. They are going to be leaning heavily on the DRS, which could be good around the 3 sections of the long straight. I have put the chicanes in, yeah, they could be leaning on that one. David, interesting, has gone for the GT1. Whenever anybody's jumped into the GT1, they have always struggled. So it'll be quite interesting. Wills has gone the safe bet with the NSX concept, as has Rita. Taron going for the Lexus. So those are the runners, and I'm just going to go on board and spectate. We're just on with 10 racing at the moment. We will be spectating this one, and we'll be going in for just under 4 minutes time. 10 racing in the livery that we are getting used to now, and that is going to be pink one side, orange the other, with his racing logo on his car. So that is 10 racing. Stiggy is in the blue and white car. Heron is in an orange and white car, picking up a 3-second penalty. Wills Racing is in the PSR Racing Team coloured car, the one that we've run several times when we've gone up against TC SRL in a league versus league evening. Outlaw number 1 Pops, keeping with the Mario Kart theme, and David in the standard racing colours there for the is it Toyota 1? I can't remember what it is now. GT1 is what I am looking for. Right, I'm going to be commentating this one. Let me just ask the guys if they want a smashy to end after this one. This one will be a regular fast race, and I'll just remind you of the runners whilst we tick down to 5 to... Oh, I said we start at 50. We should be going. So I'm going to be I'm going to start this race. I've been jibber jabbering. Race is starting at 55. Let me just do 55. I've got a little bit behind myself. Sorry about that, guys. Not watching what I said. Giving them a little bit of time to get a round. I think it would actually be quite nice for them to be able to get a full lap done, because this could be a really good race. With these racers that we've got in this one, Wills Racing, David, Rita, 10 Racing, number 1 Pop, Stiggy, Taron. I know Taron is finding his feet at the moment at PSR, but we could be in for a really, really good race around here in this one. PSR 10 Racing is up for a smashy bashy. Not hearing anything from the rest at the moment, but maybe they are trying to get their lap in to try and get a good grid place and a good start on this one. So we're going to be going racing in just a moment. I'll remind you of the runners. Wheels Racing in the NSX Concept. David in the Toyota GT1. Rita is in the NSX Concept. 10 Racing is in the RS5 Turbo, as is number 1 Pops, as is Stiggy, and Taron in the Lexus RCF. We are counting down to 5-2, and then I'm going to push the go button. No pit stop or anything like that. So this one, another straight sprint, really. All about man or lady and machine. All about the driver skills in this one. Number 1 Pop's also looking for a smashy bashy to end up this one. So it looks like we may well do it. Wheels Racing is going to be leading us away again in this one. David in 2nd, Rita in 3rd, 10 Racing 4th, number 1 Pop's 5th, Stiggy 6th, Taron in 7th. We are 3 lights at Le Mans, 4, 5, and as they go out, we will be racing, and it is Wheels with a really nice start. David in that GT1 getting mugged. I did call out that could be a very interesting car. I don't know if he's deliberately dropped to the back, but if he hasn't, that is showing how woeful that car can be at times. And he goes straight on at the first corner as well. So, David having a bit of a mare in that car. Behind, or in front, I should say now, Wheels is not having any such difficulty. He's 1.2 as we go through the S's and we get on to the main straight. No dramas at all out front for him. Just behind, we've got Rita under pressure from 10 Racing, 0.3 of a second, who is under pressure from number 1 by 0.3 of a second, who is under pressure from Stiggy, who is 0.4 of a second. So this little group really locked together, which is perfect for the long straight. Now the big question is, will they work together and bump draft, or are they going to go for it? Well, immediately 10 Racing plays his hand. He's got a half-second penalty and he's gone for it. No bump drafting with Rita to try and catch up with Wheels. He's got his headlights on now, as much to say, can you please help me, as we've got a car spinning in the background. I am going to assume that is poor old Taron. Taron, reach out to me and we'll spend an hour together at some point. I'm not quite sure when I'm going to be able to do it. It might end up being September, but I promise you, my friends, stick with PSR, and I would definitely spend some time with you. 10 Racing, well and truly off the track there, completely missed the chicane. I don't think he's going to get a penalty for that because he was so far off the pace there, and that has enabled Rita to gap the 2 cars behind. She's 1.1 ahead of 10 Racing now, and 2.7 behind Wheels out front. 10 Racing is going to have that penalty to serve at some point, and unfortunately number 1 Pop's picking up a 1-second penalty. So we've got penalties are going to be coming into play in this one as we go through this race. We're still only on the first lap at the moment, and we've got Wheels. I think he's clear out front. Rita is clear. 10 Racing with a half-second. Number 1 Pops with a 1 second. Taron now is up into 5th position. David struggling in the Toyota. And Stiggy, Stiggy, he's right back in 7th at the moment. And I suspect it's going to be quite hard to for people to close up too much on this one. Although, if we continue to get the penalties, then that could change things quite a fair bit. So 10 Racing and number 1 Pops have now served their penalty. So that does now mean that Wheels Racing at the moment out front by 3.6 seconds from Rita, who is 1.8 ahead of 10 Racing, who is 1.3 ahead of number 1 Pops, and then it is 10 seconds back to the guys that are recovering behind. Oh, lots and lots of action in this one already. Wheels Racing really got the bit between his teeth. He's got the rhythm and he's going so nice in this one. We'll just jump on board with him as he comes across the start-finish straight to start the second of the 4 laps that they will be doing in this one. There is a little bit of tyre wear you'll notice on the tyres, but that should be insignificant in this race. We're just 1-on-1 tyre and fuel, and you can see just how smooth Wheels is through the chicane there, down the hill sweeping across to the right, and he's going to swish this right to the left-hand side. Wheels squealing as he leans on the limit of the grip there. Sweep around to the right-hand side. Be careful not to go too wide on the left, otherwise you're into penalty territory. And then he comes down to start the first of the Mulsanne straight sections, heading down to the first chicane. Rita, she's back 6.3 seconds behind at the moment, so as you can see, just ahead in the distance, Wills is just about to go into the chicane. He'll disappear across to the right there, and you can see how far ahead he is now. 10 Racing doesn't have to squint quite as much. He's right on the back of Rita at the moment and pushing very, very hard. And he's got number one Pops 3 seconds behind at the moment. So less than 10 seconds covering the top 4 in this one. And with a long way to go, bump drafting, penalties, gravel traps, all sorts are in this one. Anything could happen with these top 4 races. Unfortunately, I think that Taron, Stiggy and David are going to struggle to get back into this one. And this, of course, the 4 out front have some unexpected dramas. Talking about drama, let's just go and have a look at this one. Rita and 10 Racing. Rita's right up behind 10 Racing at the moment. Number one Pops with a 2-second penalty behind, and Rita just showing number 10 that she is right there, and one little mistake and she is going to be through. So 10 Racing is really going to need to soak up the pressure, defend hard, and also keep it on the island, because Rita will pounce and she will, well, she's a right proper pickpocket, is Rita. And I do mean that in the nicest possible way, and she will know exactly what I mean by that. And we saw her doing a little bit of a pickpocket earlier on, and the racer came back. Let's see if she can pick another pocket or 2 in this race. Wills Racing 6.6 out front and still looking very, very neat and tidy. I say that, he's just had a moment, I think, because the gap to 10 Racing falling drastically. There's half a second been lost there, so I'm not quite sure what that was all about as Will sweeps through the curves. 10 Racing will have seen that time coming down, and 10 Racing now has actually gapped Rita by 1.4 seconds. So I'm just wondering if 10 Racing has found some pace somewhere, or very close to track limits as he swept through that corner there. He's pushing it. He's pushing it. The American is really, really on it here. I think his race engineer has obviously been yelling at him, and he is absolutely nailing this one. And maybe the race engineer has seen something that we can't see, and he can feel that there could be a race win on here. As I say that, Wills steadies the gap at 6.1 at the moment, and Rita 1.8, 1.7, 1.6. It's fluctuating around the 1.7 between herself and 10 Racing. So if 10 Racing's engineer has found something and wound the wick up, the same can be said in the BMW garage for Rita. Although she's just had a little bit of a mare through there, dropped a few tenths of a second to 2.4, and that will have taken the pressure off of 10 Racing just a little bit. But as she gets onto the Mulsanne straight, we will see what can happen. A lovely look at the logo of 10 Racing there, the unicorn and the dragon, and the RS. Lovely little logo on that one, lovely livery on that car, and it is really nice when a lot of people have standard liveries, because it makes my life so much easier. Then again, I enjoy some of the other guys that come out with some really lovely liveries. I'm loving Stiggy's at the moment, of course, number one Pops, who, as I join him, he's going around again. Why is it tonight that every time I join number one Pops to have a look at his liveries, he's facing the wrong way? Popsy, Popsy, Pops, what are you doing? I think he's had a really, really heavy week of racing, and tonight he's just out to enjoy himself. So there we go, Super Mario livery on that Audi. Half a second penalty. 30 seconds behind Wheels Racing at the moment. And I'm a bit confused. How can he be 30 seconds behind Wheels but only 23 off the leader? I think the timing chart has gone a little bit wonky, and Wheels was way out front. Oh, Wheels must have had a massive off there somewhere, because 10 Racing is now 7 seconds ahead of him and Rita is 4 seconds. So I think the reason why the deltas went a bit strange while I was looking at them is Wheels Racing has had a moment. So the guy that was out front, super clinical, on lap number 3 has suddenly thrown away a commanding lead, and now 10 Racing will be looking to try and build that lead. I will remind you that 10 Racing and Rita, I think their race engineers, have found something in these two cars that have absolutely brought them alive, and at the moment we will watch that gap, which is currently 4.3 seconds. So 10 Racing ahead of Rita, ahead of Wheels Racing, who's 3.3 back. Number 1 Pops, unfortunately, some 17 seconds back. So these three way out front on their own. As you see, Wheels absolutely monstering the car through the S's. Number 1 Pops just recovering after that accident. Taron going well. After I'm turning around and saying, reach out to me and I'll give you some tips and, you know, just try and give you a bit of my time to try and help him. Well, he's going very well. He's in 5th. No penalties. Going nicely. Finding his way in this one. Diggy in 6th. 10 seconds ahead of David. David in that GT1. I did wonder if it was a bad idea. Do you know what? Every single time somebody jumps in this GT1, I almost want to reach out and say, no, change your car. It's awful. Don't go there. And I never do. And I always wish that I had. And I think what it is I'm secretly hoping that somebody can nail this car, and then I can jump in the replay and work out what you need to do to race this car well. Because nobody ever does well in that car on these big races. Somebody who is doing well is 10 Racing. He is 4.5 seconds ahead. So I think the Rita is pretty much maintaining that gap, but she has got a very fast charging Wheels Racing on her back bumper. So she's definitely into defensive mode at the moment. They're both in the NSX, Bop is on, so this is man and lady and machine, or lady and man and machine, whichever is the politically correct. The lady and the man and machine, I guess. But the two racers and the two cars, it's all down to the two racers. As we go down into the first chicane, Wheels just gets ahead, but Rita very wisely tucks in to get a little bit of slipstream, and she did actually get a bit of slipstream, which got her onto the back, which then put them in side by side through there, and unfortunately she couldn't quite get it slowed down for that corner and went off. I have a horrible feeling that might manifest as a half-second penalty. She has given the place back, so maybe I think she's actually got away with that one, which is great news, because it does still mean that we have got this amazing race on our hands in this one. Only 7 runners, unfortunately, but we've got a brilliant race with these two, and you can see that 10 Racing 5.5 ahead at the moment. Wheels will be doing his best to close that gap down, and I know that Rita will be trying to close that down too. Rita just 1 second off the back of Wheels Racing now. She ideally could do with closing that ever so slightly to make sure that she does keep the slipstream, and then if she could get a slipstream, maybe get onto the back of Wheels, and then they could bump draft and work together to close down that 5.5 second gap to 10 Racing out front. At the moment, 10 Racing seems to be maintaining the gap. It's just ebbing and flowing between 5.4, 5.5, 5.4, 5.5. I'm just watching that. Wheels and 10 Racing swapping 1/10 of a second through every single corner at the moment. As I say that, unfortunately, Rita just dropping back a little bit too much from Wheels. Wills is super quick through this little section and pulling out another 3 or 4, maybe half a second on Rita through that little section. Come on, Rita. I know you can do it. You've got a nice podium that is going to be coming up here, so don't overdo it. But I know I've got confidence in you. You can catch Wills. Go get him. 10 Racing, and the race is over. I'm amazed. Actually, I've lost a whole lap. 10 Racing was your winner. Wills in second. Rita in third. I thought we got one more race. Number 1 Pops is going to come home to take that 4th place. He's going to get a 1-second penalty at the end of it, but that won't make any difference whatsoever. Mario having mixed fortunes this evening. He comes home in 4th. Stiggy with another fine performance. He's going to come home in 5th. Going nicely through these curves, past the pit exit, hard on the brakes, into the right, sweep across to the left, get that the other way round, left and then right, and then, oh yeah, whatever, it's getting late. Stiggy comes across the line to take 5th. Taron with David quite tight behind him, but Taron coming home with a nice 6th place. I think, unless David can do anything about it, is 1.1 behind. The Taron is probably going to be feeling a little bit of pressure. Oh, he's gone a little bit wide into that one as I say that. Oh, is that going to give him a penalty? If it does, he's going to fall behind. And David does actually just get across the line just in front of him. And very close, those two together. Rita and James, I just don't have the skill to beat 10 and Wills. The skill bucket is empty. My friend, the skill bucket is far from empty. You are racing like a good one here tonight. And I don't know about everybody who's watching the stream, but I am enjoying it none the less. And a podium is a podium is a podium. Too much loud pedals, says JB. You're going to be fine, JB. Believe me. Just stick with it. There's a lot of people at PSR that are in exactly the same position that you are in. And within a month to a month and a half, 2 months, they're mid-pack. And I know that you have got the capability to do it. And you already know what you're doing wrong, and that's half the battle. That's the easiest thing to correct. Once you know what you're doing wrong, you can correct it. It's when you don't know what you're doing wrong, that's where it gets difficult. 10 Racing was your winner with a 3:32.077. Wills Racing with the fastest lap. He was absolutely moving. A 3:31.139, and the only one in the 31s. Rita with a fine podium again in 3rd place with a 3:34.362. Outlaw did pick up the 1-second penalty, but it didn't make any difference. He came home in 4th. Stiggy 5th, David 6th, Taron in 7th. Right, you wanted it. We're going to do it. Let me load it up. I am going to do a smaller number of laps for this one because it is getting a little bit late in the day. And as I said, I do need to get up early tomorrow and I am shattered. But I will join this one. I'm going to go 4 laps instead of the 8. And the other thing I'm going to do, actually, we haven't done any GR1s tonight. Let's go with the GR1. There we go. 10 Racing, how's the smashy bashy work? Very straightforward. No wall riding. No bump drafting the leader. Otherwise, anything goes. Anything goes. Smashy, crashy, smash people out, crash people out. Just don't wall ride and don't bump the leader. I think that those are really the only 2 rules for this one. I'm not quite on form tonight, and I could almost do with Gr.x to correct me. But if I've forgotten anything, guys, let me know. And all you got to do is the first one across the line. One of the things I will say is if you are on a high-powered direct drive wheel, turn it down. Please turn it down if you're on a high-powered direct drive wheel, because it can snatch it out of your hands. Right, we've lost Taron, unfortunately. Oh, Taron, you should come back. JB, sorry I had to sit this one out. Thanks for having me along tonight, though, and sorry for when I... JB, get in. You're missing the best race of the night. You're missing the best race of the night, my friend. If you're not going to race it, try and continue watching the stream and see how this one goes. Oh, number one Pops has gone for the Bugatti VGT. Do you know what? That's not a bad shout. I haven't. Oh. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to go for that car too. I'm going to go for that car too. It's big. It's heavy. It's quick. It could be fun. It could be fun. Right. I'm ready. Number one Pops is ready. Rita's ready. Wills is ready. Stiggy's ready. So we've got what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 6 in us. I think 10 Racing is ready. Let's get this one underway. Right, guys. Right, so we got Wills is in the 499, the Ferrari. I'm in the Bugatti VGT. Rita is in the GR10 in the TCR colours. Loving that. 10 Racing is in the TS 050 hybrid. Outlaw number one Pops is in the Bugatti VGT. And Stiggy is in the GR10 hybrid. Let's get this one underway and see how we go. This one, fun, fun, fun. Let your hair down, have fun. This is just a real de-stress following a week of what has been truly, truly, truly amazing racing. And I've said it before and I'll say it again. I cannot thank all of you enough that have raced with me all the way through this week, and also those that raced with Hulky Racing on Wednesday. It's been an absolutely brilliant week. I've loved every minute of it, and I hope that those of you that have been following along in the YouTube are also enjoying it. Right, you know how I've got my sights on, don't you? Oh, let's go. Let's go. Incidentally, boost is on strong, and slipstream is on strong. So if you do get crashed out, don't worry, because you will be able to catch up fairly quickly and easily in this one. So we've got the new boy out front. We've got my main competitor ahead of me in the main competitor in the BTCC. So this is time for me to absolutely rip. I don't run this VGT very often, so I don't know what the grip is like through some of these corners. We'll have to see. Don't want Pops to get too far away. Incidentally, for those of you that are new to this, one of the top moves in this is to pit somebody. Fully allowed. Fully allowed. I didn't quite catch the back of Wills there as he goes through. See what, that car's quick, very quick. Oh! I didn't quite get him in the pits there. Oh no, we're going around. Oh, we're off. Oh no, first to last in one move. That's the name of this one. Get yourself sorted out. Get yourself turned around. Right, let's work with Pops and get ourselves back in the game. Did Wheels take us both out? Both me and Pops in that move? Oh dear. 2 for 1. A twofer. Did Wheels get a twofer, I wonder? Oh, we got a... Have we got a roadblock going on up here? We got a car going backwards. Wheels is going backwards. This is how crazy this gets sometimes. How quickly can I send him backwards? I'll tell you what, he's doing really well. Oh, he's going to have to spin it around. I've got to go and catch the other guys. That's something I've not seen before. That's a new one. That's a new one. Or maybe he wants to go backwards. Maybe he's going to go backwards and take everybody out. Maybe he doesn't want to win. He just wants to crash everyone out. We'll see. Right, now it's where I need the boost to kick in to catch up with the guys up front. And you're going to see now, those of you new to this, how the boost works, and will bring us right way back into this one. Oh, we've got a car in front of us, Stiggy just in front of us now. Wills is faster in reverse than I am in sick. Oh yeah, absolutely. I tell you what, if I got Wheels going backwards down here, oh, that would have been fun. Oh, we got somebody going for the pit. Didn't quite manage to pull that off, look like. I tell you what, this VGT is tough on the direct drive wheel. Oh, Rita and whoever's in front of us is really getting into each other. We'll give Rita a big old whack. Stiggy. For once, I can legally punt Stiggy off. Oh, Rita absolutely stopped me dead there. What's all that about? How on earth did she stop the car like that? I think I just went from 200 miles an hour to nothing in a moment. Ha ha, she's just spun it. Ha ha, karma. Karma. Oh, jolly good fun. Ho ho ho, ho ho ho. And a yabba dabba do with that. Oh, come on, man, we go. Stiggy. 4.5 seconds down the road. Oh, we got a car. Boom! Let's take him out big time. Oh, a lovely little spin. Don't know who that was. Couldn't resist. Completely atomised that car. This is why you don't do this with a direct drive wheel turned up. Right, where are we? We're in third now. Outlaw number 1, Pops and Stiggy in front. Oh, we got the Outlaws out front. We can't have that. We can't have that. We're on lap 3 of 4. So we're about to come around to the start finish. Oh, it's a roadblock. It's a roadblock. It had to happen. The Outlaws, they've just scuppered me. They've just scuppered me. But guess what? Oh, PSR's too good for the Outlaws. Look at that. Straight around the outside. Ha ha ha. Their little plan, it failed. It failed, I tell you. Oh, they're not going to like that. They won't like that. They won't like the fact I got through there. Oh, oh, oh. Lovely roadblock. I wasn't expecting that, I tell you. I wasn't looking at the track map, and they had obviously got far enough ahead to set that one up. Lovely move, guys. Absolutely lovely move. Just try and put Wheels and number 1 Pops into each other. Oh, we're going to break Super Lake into this one. I don't want to get rammed. I don't want to. Oh no, I got rammed. I got rammed. I thought I might. I was trying to just get the back of my car out of the way so I didn't get hit, and I got rammed. Oh no, 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 no. We need to get on with this one. Stiggy, you're going to have to go round, mate. I'm sorry, but I can't have the Outlaws winning this. That's one done. Oh no, no, no. Now we've got TCSRL out front. Come on, PSR, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? We're letting all of the other guys win. We can't have that. We cannot have that. This is the last lap. Rita out front, 10 Racing in second. Number 1. I'm the leading PSR racer here. This can't be happening. This cannot be happening. Oh, there's tyre smoke. Somebody's had a smash. Come on. Come on, Mitch. Keep it together. Oh, there's Rita. The two guys out front having a bit of a battle. Dispatches that one. That dispatches that one. Oh, it's me and Pops. It's me and my arch enemy here. He's got a better run out the corner. No, 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 Pops. I can't let him do it. And we got, oh, no, 10 Racing goes through. Oh, no, 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 this is not fair. This is not fair. Who are we going to get into? Who's going to get in the pits? I've got two of them here. Oh, come on. The VGT's big and heavy. Come on. Come on, VGT. Yes. Yes, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, no. 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 Wheels. Oh. Oh, no, 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 no. We've got 2 minutes to get one of these guys in. Oh, no, 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 no. Come around, come around. How fast can that car go backwards? Oh my God. Oh. So 10 racing. One time we should do a whoever finishes third wins. It would make the leaders wait and everyone fight for one position. That's such an interesting idea. I hadn't thought about that. We've not done that. No, 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 no. I don't want to go in the pits. I don't want to be the one going in the pits. That's an interesting idea. I haven't tried that before. But it's, as you can see, it's not about winning. This is about just having a laugh. This would be fun. Oh, yes. Did I get one? Did I get one? Did he go in? Did he go in? No, he didn't. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, no. He ghosted. He ghosted on me. No. I had the perfect opportunity to put wheels in the pits there. And he ghosted on me. Oh, that's so not fair. It was sideways across the entrance. And as I approached him, he ghosted. And then we just went straight through. Oh, no, no, no. Didn't get the opportunity. Oh, well, there you go. That's that one. Smashy crashy. A bit of fun. Let your hair down. The winner, number one Pops, not that it matters. 10 Racing, fastest lap of 1:48.470, not that it matters. Stiggy third, not that it matters. I got fourth, Rita fifth, Wheels Racing sixth. Guess what? Not that it matters. There we go. We're done. We are done. We are done for this evening. I hope that you've all had a really good night tonight. I'm just going to go thank you. Thanks everyone, but I am done. And I am done because I really need to Wheels, how was the pit warm? It hurt. I am done for tonight. Thank you to everybody that's raced with me this evening. Thank you to everybody that has watched and liked the stream. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much to Faz for the £2 and just for everybody that has just supported me this evening and who supported me all week. Next week will be a completely different week. We've got the Nürburgring Sprint track on Wednesday that I need to do some prep for. So we'll almost definitely be doing some races around there on Tuesday. What we'll be doing Monday, I'm not quite sure. And somebody did mention an idea for 10 racing. You've gone with he said, thank you, Mitch, in capitals. Unfortunately, if you do capitals in the YouTube chat, it will result in you being timed out, as he's just found out. But yeah, somebody came up with a really good idea for a Friday night special. And for the life of me, it's gone out of my head on what that was. If you could hit me up in Discord and let me know, then maybe next Friday we'll set that one up. But for the life of me, I can't remember what it was. I might have to watch my stream back and see. But for the meantime, I am going to be disappearing. I wish you all an absolutely fantastic weekend. Have a great morning, day, evening, night, afternoon, day, whatever you're doing right now. Stay safe. Have a good one. If you're on the holidays, safe travels. And above all else, just be good, be kind, be respectful. And come back and see me at 9 o'clock on Monday. For now, take care. See you later. Bye.